Education is a right, not a privilege. Yet across the Caribbean, deaf and hard of hearing people still face barriers to learning and opportunity. At the first Caribbean Deaf Education Conference, United Nations Caribbean is partnered with the University of the West Indies School of Education to bring the region together around a shared goal, dismantling these barriers. Together with the deaf and hard of hearing community, we are exploring how to build more inclusive, accessible, and rights-based education systems. Do you teach people sign language? And how do you approach it, especially for people who don't have anybody in their life who are deaf or hard of hearing, and therefore they're coming from a place of probably complete ignorance about being deaf?
People who don't know sign language, people who don't know TTSL, don't know ASL, I will use a lot of dramatization, gesturing, kind of universal types of signs. You can communicate quite a lot in that way, and also by drawing things, by pointing at things. And that's really how you start when somebody doesn't know anything at all.
My name is Roel Cadogan, and this is my husband Shamrel Cadogan, and we have a sign language book business, and that also entails educational materials, games, and so forth in sign language.
It was really my wife's business with the books, so we started teaching sign language, and then she had the idea of making a book for my daughter. So we were teaching my daughter to sign. My daughter actually is hard of hearing like me, so it was really because of that. She really needed resources so that she could understand sign language, and books so she could understand. So my wife had this idea, this wonderful idea, that she might be able to write a book, because she loves writing and illustrating. So she would ask me the signs, I would demonstrate the signs, and then she would draw. And that was really how it came about.
I think this is definitely sort of one of the stepping stones that we are really making to be very intentional about the way that we engage persons with disability, to also ensure that the UN is really leaving no one behind. I think it's important for us to not just speak about it, but also to demonstrate it with the efforts that we make and how we show up to even an event like this.
You introduced yourselves in sign language. I know you're from UNICEF. Is that part of your training as UNICEF staff, that learning sign language? Is that a thing?
No, actually, I think as a lead up to the conference, the staff felt that it was very important for us to be able to communicate with the participants. Based on that, we were able to organize to have some very basic sign language classes, so we could introduce ourselves, say good morning, good afternoon. Some of us remember a bit more than others.
There's a saying, nothing about us without us. So what we do at UNFPA as it relates to disability inclusion, we ensure that persons with disabilities are included in everything that we do, any event that we plan, any activities that we plan. So we partner with OPDs, organizations of persons with disabilities, to ensure that they are part of what we do.
My name is Justin Jarvis. I am here today on behalf of the team that collaborated with UNESCO in terms of developing what we call the Disability Inclusive Workbook and Guidebook. Disabilities is a spectrum, and it's very broad. There are different types of disabilities and different levels to persons with disabilities. So in a sense, this book, yes, it's all inclusive. It can be utilized by anyone, and it's also designed in a way that there are specific components within the booklet geared towards specific disabilities.